Hi guys, I'm El from elbowpepper.com, and today we're going to talk about some tactics that you can use in urban gardening. It's hard enough when you don't have very much space in an urban setting, but it's even more difficult whenever you're a renter. If you're a tenant and you don't actually own the property that you're living on, the amount that you can do with that ground to actually be able to grow a garden or any type of plants, you can be very, very limited in your options. So we're going to look at a few things that you can do. I'm here with a comrade of mine, so let's check out what we got going on over here. You might find that there are some community gardens around where you live. Getting into some community gardens can be a really great way to have a nice little plot that allows you to do your own gardening, and maybe you even have access to some tools that you can share with others, and you can be around some like-minded people that are into gardening but using this community lot. Now, if you want to do something right at your home though, there's a good possibility that you won't be able to do anything in the ground, but that doesn't mean that you can't do any gardening. You can do container gardening. If you really don't feel comfortable, or maybe your landlord does not want you to disturb that soil, well, getting into container gardening could be your perfect solution. You can take these with you if you ever move. You can move them around, maybe get that best position for the best lighting. And some of these containers, like this one, look very nice. You get a nice large one, and you can actually support a decent sized plant. So we've got some beans here that will be able to take up this trellis. If he ever moves, he can just take this stuff with him, just take your garden and go. Perfect for a nomadic lifestyle, and it's not intrusive on the property that you're living on. This is my own little DIY sub-irrigated window box. Under here we have a little water reservoir that can store some extra water besides what is kept in this window box. But what we're using this for here is just some basic herbs. We have some basil, some boards, and some other things that a window box like this is perfect for herbs like that. But a sub-irrigated box is perfect for keeping the things moist and for not having to water them every single day. Learning how to do container gardening, whether you're using sub-irrigated planters or not, but just the ability to grow a plant in its own container means you don't have to be worried about the native soil or maybe the complete lack of soil. That means that you can grow vegetables and fruits in areas where there's concrete, where there's asphalt, on a driveway, on a patio, on a deck, along a walkway, a sidewalk, and on a balcony. Today though, I'm on a rooftop. This is my first time putting in a planter here on a rooftop, and I'm going to talk about a couple of things that you can think about if you're ever considering doing a rooftop garden. Here we are on a relatively level rooftop, but it isn't perfectly flat. It's pretty safe to walk on, but even still, you have to be very careful. If you're doing something on a rooftop, and then too if you're a tenant, the first thing you have to think about is safety. You definitely don't want to be taking a spill off the edge. So some roofs are actually made for people to walk around on, and not just when you're walking around on that roof, but you have to keep in mind that you're putting something that can get pretty heavy on a roof. You don't want a container that is like filled up with gravel for a sub-irrigated design. You want something that is filled up with a lightweight mix. That's why I selected this City Picker, a low profile, wide footed design. So this is not going to get flipped over. Think about how you'll have strong winds that could blow through on a roof. Well, this is not going to just tumble over like some types of planters may. We've already set this container up and we're ready to plant some zucchini. I would not do a super tall tomato plant unless I had a lot of good infrastructure in place to support that plant. Once again, thinking about the winds and what those might do if they grab that plant. Now zucchini on the other hand, lower center of gravity, probably a good candidate for something that's on a balcony or on a rooftop as we have here. Even in the challenges of an urban area, even having the lifestyle of a tenant, being a little bit more nomadic than a homeowner, you can still be involved in gardening, growing your own food. You just have to use the right tools. Containers, sub-irrigated containers, there are all kinds of places. Anywhere that you have good light, think about how you might be able to garden there. Don't be afraid to get out there and find a way to grow something, because it can be very rewarding. I appreciate you taking time to watch this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, happy gardening.